on the Israel-Gaza conflict because Tel Aviv is burning already. What's your directive for Filipinos there?
Well, I don't know what Tel Aviv is burning, but it's being bombed by Iran, and because of the Israeli movement. We of course are watching our nationals both in Israel and in Iran, and as a matter of fact, we have already contacted all our nationals and asked them if they want to be evacuated. Some have asked to be evacuated out of Israel. Some now, nung una sa Iran, ayaw nila munang umalis, pero ngayon meron nang sinasabi na kailangan wala silang natatakot na sila kailangan na makalabas. Ang naging problema natin sa pag-evacuate sa kanila ay dahil sa gera, maraming sarado na airport. Kaya nag-ahanap tayo ng ruta kung saan sila mailabas. But we have been able to do that. And the first batch, in fact, Secretary Dak is already on his way to Israel, to Jordan, para ma-coordinate niya both the evacuees from Israel and the evacuees from Iran.
Yes. To alert level 3 or 4?
To?
Alert level 3 or 4, mandatory repatriation?
No, not yet. We generally leave it to each individual or each family to decide for themselves whether or not they feel safe or whether or not they would like to be evacuated.
The first batch of Filipino workers who have sought repatriation from the Middle East now back home. The 31 OFWs are mostly from Israel, 3 others are from Jordan, and 1 each from the West Bank and Qatar. Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Kakdak personally traveled with the Filipino workers from the Middle East. The commercial flight was briefly stranded in Doha after Qatar closed its airspace in the wake of the Iranian attack on a U.S. military base there. The repatriated OFWs will each receive 150,000 pesos in cash assistance as well as counseling.
Ang team na kasama ko po ngayon galing sa National Center for Mental Health, mga espesyalista po talaga sa post-traumatic stress, especially kung nanggaling ka sa state of war. Pag nalaman niyo experience, matinding experience nila kasi binobomba yung Tel Aviv, pumupunta sila sa bunker. A lot of them came in with stress. For the remaining Filipinos in Tel Aviv, so nag-arrange ako ng psychosocial support through telemedicine via Zoom.
Unang-una, nag-alala, natatakot. At the same time, syempre, kinakabahan. So, yun po, mix emo, alagang sobrang pag-aaral. So, okay naman, nung time na na-contact namin siya after 12 hours. So, kahit paano na relief po yung pag-aalala po namin. Syempre, sinasabi nila, minsan, okay lang kami dito, ganyan. Pero as a family, na mga nandito sa Pilipinas, syempre, di ba? Hindi naman sa medyo exaggerated tayo pero hindi mo maiiwasan. Thankful kasi sa gitna nung kaguluhan, is may mga ganitong serbisyong ginagawa yung government, di ba? At least natutulungan tayong yung mga Pilipino, mga OFW.
Kasi yung naranasan namin ngayon sa Israel is hindi kagaya nung from October 7 last year, mas malala ngayon. So yung pagsabog araw-araw, hindi lang isa, hindi lang dalawa, hindi lang tatlo. So 5 times, 6 times na alarm. So yung pagod at puyat na nararanasan namin, tsaka yung nervyos is nakakatrauma na. Kaya I decided na magparipat na lang. So para sa akin, hindi na para sa akin ang Israel. Feeling ko na hindi na ako safe doon sa lugar. So anytime kasi pwede may mangyari sa akin. So umaasa sa akin yung anak ko kaya I decided na muna. Lumapit ako sa MWO, OWA, sa Embassy ng Israel. Natugunan naman kaagad, napabilang ako sa first batch. Nagpapasalamat ako sa Embahada ng Israel at saka sa Jordan. Full force sila na may tawid kami hanggang makarating dito ng safe, andun pa rin sila nakaagapay sa amin. Actually, nung pagtawid namin ng Jordan, alam mo yung feeling na safe ka na, nasa Jordan, pero hindi pa ganun ka-safe. Pero nung pagdating namin dito, sumigaw na kami sa loob ng aeroplano. Finally. Yun lang.
Tsaka sir, kung nasa Qatar kayo,
Ano Nakatakot talaga doon. Lalo na sa Tel Aviv. Nagpapasalamat ako kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa pagdating namin dito sa mga inasikaso niya, lalo sa DFA, kay DMW Secretary Hans Kakdak and ASEC Benny Ligaspi, and also sa lahat ng ahensya ng gobyerno. Maraming salamat sa binigay niyong tulong sa amin.
Si President, since day one, this goes back all the way to October 7 nung lumusob ang Hamas sa Israel. Nag-carry over sa June 13 attack on Iran. And then, of course, itong aming naranasan sa Qatar bago pa umalis, gawa nung atake rin ng Iran sa Qatar. The whole time, the President has been monitoring and always asking about the well-being of our OFWs. Nagbibigay siya ng payo, nagbibigay siya ng direktiba, nangangamusta yung eroplano. Until gumalaw yung eroplano, nangangamusta pa rin si Presidente. Umalis na ba talaga? Paalis na ba talaga kayo? Ganyan. So, he has always been mindful of how we take care of our OFWs, and whatever challenges we face, he provides the corresponding advice and support. Yes, yung ating effort is whole of government all around, and that starts with the care and the services that are provided on site. Ang ating one country team approach led by our DFA ambassadors in Israel, in Jordan, in Lebanon, in Qatar, and all the other places, no, where the help is most needed. The help is needed. So, nandun na lamang yung ating mag-mobilize ng maraming samot-saring resources, personnel, monetary or material resources para makatulong. So, halimbawa sa Israel, ganap ang ating pagbibigay ng shelter. Meron tayong 4 na shelters ngayon, na 2 na may laman ng mga OFWs. Higit kumulang 53 na yung nai-shelter natin. Pero meron 2 nakaabang. Wala pang laman, nakaabang just in case. And then, of course, meron tayong financial assistance at food packs as announced by the President na pinamamahagi. And meron din tayong yung repatriation transport efforts in-country, in-host country. Halimbawa, yung pag-transport sa kanila from itong grupo na ito from Israel, from Tel Aviv to the Israeli-Jordanian border. So, patuloy, ganap yung efforts, and then upon arrival pa, napakahalaga din kay Presidente, yung arrival at reintegration ng mga OFWs natin. As far as we know, umabot na ng halos 300, and at least 50 are travel ready, and there will be a second batch coming soon. So, yung binibigay nating financial assistance is up to 2 months for the Israeli returnees. But for the other skill sets like domestic workers, let's say from Lebanon or Jordan, that could extend to up to 6 months pantawid na financial na tulong. Yung financial assistance yan, hindi lang yan for the sake of financial assistance. Habang may pantawid na financial assistance, andyan yung kay TESDA DG Kiko Benitez, pwede sila mag-training habang tinatawid namin sila with the financial assistance, para pagtapos na yung period ng financial assistance, ay tapos na rin sila sa kanilang mga TESDA trainings, and they could prepare themselves for local or overseas employment. Bring ourselves closer to our dear OFWs, OFW families. Yan ang number 1 na mandato ng ating Pangulo, maparamdam pa sa ating mga OFWs, OFW families ang programa at serbisyo ng kanyang pamamahala, kanyang administrasyon. Kaya't nandito tayo at pinadadama talaga natin ang husto. Whether it comes with the services itself on the ground, or yung form ng Action Fund, financial assistance, as I mentioned, and then pati yung ating whole of government approach. Kaya't nandito si Sec. Ted Herbosa, Sec. Res Gatchalian, and the DSWD, TESDA, DG Kiko Benitez, and of course the DFA. Katuwang din natin.